Now, in this state, for example, the very best water right is owned by a property right at the edge of this campus. So it comes down by about 8 miles of farms down through the canyon, but the person that gets first claim is the farm down here. And if the water level dropped in the stream to the point where they had to start shutting people down, they would start shutting those people down upstream from this farm, because this farm was guaranteed their water first. So now you can see, yes, that's the clicker water right. And you can see how that then can create a little animosity amongst the neighbors. Now all of a sudden you got neighbors that have their crops dying and they don't have water, and so they'll go breach the dam and let water flow into their property. Or in this time and age, they turn a pump on and they would get water upstream, and then the guy with the better water right downstream wouldn't have his water. It'd be gone. So then he'd go upstream and confront the guy that was taking his water, and there was more than one person in the West killed for that exact reason, stealing the water that was already allocated to the guy downstream. Now, there was never a problem if the guy at the front end had the claim, the first claim. He always got his water. But most often, the lower parts of the valley were developed first because they were generally more fertile than the upper end of the valleys. So in this valley, most of the really good water rights are at the far end of the valley. And the water comes all the way through all these farms coming down through the valley, and half of them get shut off during the summer. Now, little farm I own up Mill Creek up here, we have a double-digit water right. They never ever get to the point where they shut off those double-digit water rights. They have over 400 water rights off of Mill Creek. This little stream that comes down through this valley has 400 water rights written off of it. And by middle of June, half of those people are shut down. They just can't use it. I mean, there's not enough water in the stream to do her. So that's what ends up happening. And all of the water's allocated. This valley, by the time you get down to 9 Mile Bridge on the other side of Touchy in the summertime, has used every drop of water in the stream. It all has been appropriated, and in fact, there are people that go without water that have rights simply because there's not enough surface water many times of the year to provide everybody as much water as they allocated out. See, they didn't really know how much total water they had available when they were dishing out the water rights, and they over adjudicated the area. There's more water rights given than there is water in the stream. So the guys with the newest rights get shut down first. Now that's monitored by Department of Ecology. And it used to be that every region had a water master. Now we're down to just a handful of water masters in the whole state, something like 6. There is one in, I think, of all of eastern Washington of some effect like that. He does live in Walla Walla. And it is now, Walla Walla has become a sample area, because we do have a water master living here, on doing some things with water rights. Right now the state there's constant conflict with water rights. Neighbors fighting neighbors all the time over water rights. And districts fighting districts in the Yakima Valley. There's all these different irrigation districts, and they're doing battle with each other, trying to get a reasonable allocation for their district. And it's all tied up in court, and the Department of Ecology only handles cases as they come in. So right now, when you get something tied up in court, it can stall getting a new water right granted maybe 2, 3, 4 years. Which something should be as simple as saying yes or no, we can deal with this. And so they're now working on some ways to expedite that here in the state of Washington on simple water rights issues. Things like moving the location of a pump station on a stream. That has to be approved by the Department of Ecology. We had to have that done on this campus. We moved a pump site from up by the Ag Mechanics buildings down here by the vocational technical building. Came down the stream from the original pump site maybe 200 feet. Well, that had to be put through the process. It was a change in the water right because it was a change of exit point of the water from the stream. So it changed the water right. It had to be put through the process. Well, that would take 4 years today without some kind of expedient system. And you can see how this can happen. We have thousands and thousands of water rights throughout the state. Anytime there's a little discrepancy, the Department of Ecology has to act on it, and it gets put in order of when it comes into the office. Well, gosh, they're getting a backlog a mile long now because they take one at a time. First come, first serve, just like the water right. First come, first serve. Well, the issuing the hearings, first come, first serve. So a lot of these things are now speeding up and doing them at a quicker pace. Hopefully it's going to work out.